we'll never know everything that God has protected us from. So over the weekend, we took a trip. We came back. Very rarely do we leave. But anyway, we're collecting our mail. I'm going through our stuff Monday morning, and I get this like default letter from the power company. Like, we're going to turn off all your lights if you don't give us payment by yesterday. And I was like, oh my gosh, what? Like, this has been auto debiting from my checking account for months. What happened? Apparently it was linked to a debit card that got, stolen. We had to cancel. And so whatever. I don't know what happened. I paid the bill. We're back on track. It's all good. My house was completely lit up with power. Now, can you imagine coming home from several days being out of town with tired, hungry, just children on the coldest night we've had in Houston in months to zero power and zero heat? Like, no end in sight. It's Sunday night. Like, I could not even imagine that scenario, and I didn't have to because it didn't happen. And yet we were clearly past the date on which this vile document said, this would be a problem. So the next day, I get the kids off to school. My husband leaves for work, and I go back to the house after taking like a morning walk to make sure my kids get there okay. And I come back and the house is locked. I can't get in. I don't have my phone. Can't find the extra key. I'm blaming my husband, Abby. He claims it's not his fault, Abby. Marriage is super easy, y'all. Anyways, turns out the extra key or the spare key was like sitting to the right of the back door, like in plain sight. I have no idea why. I didn't put it there. I think a small human did. But anyways, that key was out literally right next to the door that it would open for like 4 days with our house unattended. And nothing happened. It was completely fine. Yes, I was perturbed. And yes, I might have said the F word. And yes, I might have thrown my hat onto the cement in frustration. But I found the thing, we got in. And the good part is that the kids didn't have to deal with that, when they got home from the bus with the sitter and all like 4 of them being locked out. So I'd rather I'd be the one dealing with that scenario than them. I mean, it all works out. It always works out. Maybe not in the way we hope or desire, but God is literally working it out and constantly protecting us from outcomes that we don't desire. Now, it doesn't mean that we always get what we want. It doesn't mean things don't happen to us in our life that are not hard. But think about all the sicknesses that did not befall you, the financial ruin that did not last, the breakup that didn't break you. Like, we take for granted so much. Like, every year when I take my kids to their well check, I have literally taken for granted that they're just like, oh, all good, growing as usual, oh, all good, everything looks great, keep up the great work or whatever. And like the one time they're like, your kid's not growing. I'm like, what? I've gone to hundreds of thousands, it feels like, doctor's appointments in which it was always a good outcome. And so I had to remind myself when I sometimes get news regarding one of them or something's happening in their little lives that isn't like 100% awesome, that I'm like, but think about all of the healthy times. Think about all those visits that did end really well. And we got my kid lined up, and she is, God's going to work on her, I know. But how much, at every turn, every moment in our life, is God protecting us? If we went down a wrong path, or took a wrong turn, or dated the wrong guy, or took whatever it is. Father Mike, I once heard him say, we cry tears of joy because we know it could have ended differently. Like, when we reflect on the things that happen in our life, why do we cry tears of joy? Like, no one should cry when they're happy. But we do that because we know there could have been a different outcome. Like, I cannot help but think about all of my anniversaries of all of my breast cancer, my surgeries, diagnosis, whatever, and immediately I'm in tears. And not because I'm still dealing with trauma although that is a constant healing process. And not because, it's just so hard to talk about. It's not that. It's behind me. I'm healing. I'm moving forward. God is so good. It's because you can very easily reflect on how it could have gone, and yet it didn't. So as you reflect on your own life and your own circumstances, whether they're tiny things like being momentarily locked out of your house, or big things like being cured from cancer, just know that God, in all of his wonderful ways, is always working for our good. And if you're finding it hard to believe that because you're in a trench right now, those are easy words you can always say. They're in the Bible. It's paraphrased. But basically, everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Good things are happening to me. Say that over and over and believe it, because God works for the good of those who love him. Thank you, Lord. We praise you, Father, for your protection. Have a great day and week, my homies. I love you.